Who is the NFL MVP right now? Do the Patriots really have another star QB in the making? Or will the usual suspects of Lamar, Mahomes, or Allen take home the hardware? I'm Doug Kezirian. This is Hard Pass, also available in podcast. Just when you think you have a handle on the NFL, the league flexes its muscles and delivers yet again on that reputation of parity. 2 double-digit underdogs winning outright in Week 9. The 3 teams now tied for the best record: Colts, Patriots, and Broncos. Not exactly what we expected entering the season. That also means the MVP race is wide open, with several unusual suspects atop the list of candidates. No bigger surprise than New England quarterback Drake Maye, who's the second betting favorite at FanDuel. The 23-year-old is in just his second season, but leads the NFL in completion percentage and ranks among the top 5 in both QBR and passing touchdowns. Also in the AFC East, Josh Allen, he's the overall favorite. Of course, won it last year. This comes after he and the Bills took down Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs in the high-profile showdown. Lurking in this discussion, Matthew Stafford, Baker Mayfield, Sam Darnold, and Jalen Hurts. The Colts have 2 guys, Daniel Jones and running back Jonathan Taylor, who's leading the league in rushing and also scoring a bunch of touchdowns. I usually look at these types of discussions through a betting lens because the voting is not held today. Thus, really, who cares about the MVP right now, given so much can change over the next couple months? However, hearing what media members are thinking does shed some valuable insight.
But who is your MVP right now?
Got to be Drake Maye. It's got to be Drake Maye. It's got to be.
Okay,
leads the league in completion percentage. He leads the league in deep balls. He's gotten better each
way he's
week.
Playing, he could.
He's gotten better. Look, we don't give MVPs after week 8, but he's in the MVP category.
Well, we do give midseason MVP.
Well, he's a midseason MVP. And he continues to get better each week. He's taking care of the football. He's got a signature win against Josh Allen and the Bills. Like, he's playing his butt off.
Perhaps the former Patriot is a little biased despite making some valid points. So here's a former MVP and non-Patriot breaking things down.
Now, these 2 guys down here from the Colts have both been awesome, could easily win it, but I think they're going to cross each other out right now. And I'm going to go with this second-year player in Drake Maye. He's going to kind of come in line with some of the best quarterbacks in our league. Patrick Mahomes, Lamar Jackson, both won it in their second year. The best deep ball thrower in the National Football League. And so I'm going to say Drake Maye will be this year's MVP.
Okay, so that's important to me. Buzz matters because all voters are human and they don't like to be mocked after the fact. Consequently, herd mentality is a thing. So if the early wins are validating Maye as a possibility, then I'm taking note of that. This award is almost always a quarterback, and the seeding of that QB's team is so crucial. So this comes down to whether you think the Patriots can finish with one of the top seeds in the AFC. I do think that's in the cards, although the Bills still travel to Foxborough, so that'll be a tough game for the Pats. And New England also travels to Tampa and Baltimore. Baker Mayfield's interesting because he will have opportunities with his next 3 games against the Patriots, Bills, and Rams, all legit contenders. The Colts have a bye and then visit KC and then later visit Seattle. Those will be massive games if their 2 candidates, Jones and Taylor, want serious consideration. To me, the one guy flying below the radar in all of this is Jalen Hurts. 20 total touchdowns and 1 turnover. It's an interception. The Eagles could very easily end up with the NFC's top seed, and he's a reigning Super Bowl MVP. He passes the smell test. I think he's worth a play at 22-1 odds. Just to reiterate, projecting ahead is the most important part of the discussion. As Edelman said, they don't hand out the trophy in midseason, but it's hard to come out of nowhere. Team success is so critical. So a non-superstar can win. Remember, Brock Purdy in 2023 almost won this award, if not for those 4 interceptions on Christmas night against Baltimore. It was Monday Night Football, huge platform, and he laid an egg. This is a unique year because all the guys currently considered an elite quarterback, Mahomes, Lamar, Josh Allen, they've already won it. So we don't have to worry about it being their turn like Allen last year. That ultimately probably was the determining factor. Thus, the MVP race does feel pretty wide open this season. Time now for Fans in the Stands, and this is when we recognize our audience or our fans in the stands, where I get to respond to comments from the most recent episode or a couple episodes ago and interact with our audience. And just a reminder, join the conversation. Let us know your thoughts, what you like, what you dislike, specifics about a recent episode, or just overall random questions. But we always appreciate when you like and subscribe to the show. It really helps the analytics in the YouTube world. That is the currency. So please take a couple extra seconds to do that for us. The most recent episode was on the Baltimore Ravens, the big win on Thursday night, big meaning blowout win against the Dolphins. Are they really contenders now? I mean, they're favorites to win the AFC North. And I said basically no. Most recent comment was from Ryan Huffman. Great episode as usual. I agree on the Ravens not being legit contenders this year. If the Ravens can ever bring back some of the great defense they were known for so long, then I could see them winning, but not until that happens. Yeah, I mean, that's the issue in my eyes with Baltimore. The defense just isn't there. I know they had injuries when they gave up 1 million points to Houston at home earlier this season, but for the most part, that's their Achilles heel, and they haven't delivered against their 3 toughest opponents so far. Chiefs, they were blown out at home on Monday night. The Lions ran all over them. And then they had that blowout issue that came back with Buffalo, and the Bills won because John Harbaugh punted. So I'm not ready to anoint the Ravens just yet. And they always choke in the postseason. So even if they get there super hot, I still don't count on them. Wemby episode was really interesting. I think he's a legit threat for the GOAT conversation, even at age 21. This young, he does look that impressive at 7'5". A couple Twitter comments. Mark Lavore, I can't even watch him. He's like a lab-created freak. It's just not basketball anymore. I get it, but it is basketball. I get what you're saying, but it is basketball, and that's what makes him so special in my eyes. He's just a true, true unicorn. Enjoy life is the handle, Yoga Vince. Unlikely his body will hold up past 32 or 33 due to his length, making longevity be considered GOAT-worthy impossible. That's interesting. Guys over 7'1" or 7'2" typically have not held up over the years. We're talking guys like Yao Ming with all the feet problem and some other guys. It is really tough. Just the miles guys run throughout the course of a game and thus the NBA season, it does take a pounding. Now, his physique, much leaner. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar was really into yoga back in the day before it was ever popular. So Wemby's getting the right treatment, but you do always wonder about longevity when the guy is that big. But obviously he's lean. So that's important, but guys like Kevin Durant, I guess 7 feet, whether it's ankles, shins, Achilles, those have betrayed him over the years. So hopefully that's not the case, but it is part of the discussion. And that's why LeBron and his longevity, being the NBA's all-time leading scorer, does deserve recognition in that regard. All right, that's going to do it for this edition of Hard Pass. We always appreciate you joining the conversation, so please do weigh in the comments section. It really does help us out.